Consolidated Oversight Board for January 22nd, 1925 to order. A few minutes late, sorry about that. And just do roll call.
Board Member Brooke,
Present.
Board Member Importante,
Here.
Board Member Mitchell, Board Member Simons, and Chair Mishler.
Here.
Okay, and that completes our roll call.
Okay, next is the Pledge of Allegiance. And what we want to do is, can we have James lead it? Start it off. Okay. And next, we have a new member to the board, and who's going to conduct the, you're going to do that? We're going to be swearing in a new member.
Board Member Mitchell, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I,
I,
state your name, please,
Valerie Mitchell,
do solemnly affirm that I will support and defend
do solemnly affirm that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, well, welcome to our board.
Thank you.
And let's see, we'll do the CME vow at the end. I'll wait to that. Yeah. Okay, next up on the agenda are the meetings, the minutes for the meeting from October 23rd. They've been included with the documentation. Do we have any questions on those? No? Do I have a motion?
I'll move approve. Okay.
Then I'm just going to call a vote out loud. Yeah. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Okay, right. Thank you. Motion passes. Next, there's no change. I'm asking staff if there's any changes to the agenda. No, no changes. We'll just go ahead and move ahead. Public comment. Do we have anybody here in the audience who wants to say anything at this time? Do we have anybody on the system or called in or anything? I'm just wondering.
Chair Mishler, there are no members of the public registered to speak, and I believe everybody in attendance is here for an agenda item.
Okay. So we have no public comment. Now I'm going to move on to agenda item number 8, which is board comments. Do I have any board comments at this time? No? Okay. I'm going to item 9, staff comments. Do we have anything, I guess nothing new at this point to add or anything at this time?
Just a couple comments really quick. First, I'd like to welcome Valerie to our board. We normally have meetings for sure on during this month on January, and then we may not have some till the fall. So it's not a heavy agenda usually. But welcome. And the other announcement I'd like to make is just that our board member Nelson Buss, yesterday he tendered his resignation to us, and so we'll be looking at filling that seat soon.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that was agenda item 9. Now we're going to move on to agenda item 10. And we have some new bylaws or amended bylaws to look at. And can you just, can staff just tell me, I guess there was some reason to do that or to amend them?
Yes, sir, there were a couple of reasons. So the first one is that we wanted to amend the schedule. This boardroom now is going to be dark in July. And so we wanted to reflect that in our bylaws. The other thing is that we also wanted to authorize the appointment of an alternative. When we had the appointment of Board Member Mitchell, they had also offered a alternative, and our bylaws didn't have a way of dealing with that. So this will help that.
Thank you.
The other thing I just wanted to mention too, since this won't take effect until our next meeting, and we may not have that meeting until, say, September or whatever. So, in terms of the dark in July, I mean, having that extra meeting in August, it won't be reflective until we actually have that next meeting.
Okay. Do I have any other questions from our members about it? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, a quick question. Did I review in here or see in here that there was a need to provide alternates for each position?
So it's not a requirement, but we're just accommodating if any of the appointing boards would like to have an alternate, we're now able to do that.
So it's one alternate for the board? Is that what you're looking at?
No, one alternate per seat.
Per seat, okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. So the motion passes 5-0. That was item number 10. Now we're moving on to item number 11. Okay, so we received that letter. There's no action here, is there, staff, on this? I mean,
No, sir, just receiving the letter.
yeah, okay. So we received it. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, she's here. Okay, so we're moving on to item, which is the main core of our agenda today, is item number 12. We're starting with the city of Ventura. And do they want to come up to the microphone here? And what I'll let you do, I'll let you just go ahead and make a slight presentation or whatever, and then we can go over any questions.
Okay. Good morning, Chair and board members. We're here to discuss the ROPS item for 25-26 and also come back with an update per the board's direction regarding an update for the Site 7, which is the last remaining site under the successor agency for the city of San Buenaventura. So, yeah. So just some background information for the new board members and just kind of some context for this site. The parcel numbers is 2 parcels that are behind the movie theater on Main Street, cornered by Poli Street, Chestnut, and California Street. So the current usage is city parking lot. It's city owned in combination with the APNs that are owned by the city. So it's 2 and 2 of the total 4 that are in that whole area. The zoning is an urban core, and the allowable uses allow for business, retail, and mixed use development. So here are the 2 sites. Again, contextual purposes, that is the existing APNs under the Site 7. And the new update that we have following the October meeting is to move forward with option A, which is to package the 2 successor agency-owned APNs and the other 2 city-owned APNs. The APNs listed there. And in order to move forward with this option, we will be following the Surplus Land Act requirements regarding the prioritization of buyers. So for context here, the blue boxes are the city-owned sites, and the orange boxes here are the Site 7 APNs. So here's kind of it in total, just to kind of give an overview of what it looks like currently and how it is currently utilized as parking all over, but just to distinguish that the 2 are the city and 2 are the successor agency sites under 2 separate ownerships. So some context just on the SLA requirements that we'll have to follow. Land must be declared either surplus land or exempt surplus land by written findings and such. The city of Ventura passed a resolution in 2020. It is resolution 2020-011, claiming the sites as surplus land, and the next steps would follow notifying all agencies that have signed up for notifications under the HCD to be notified of when these land options become available for purchase. So our tentative schedule for moving forward with this option would be to receive an updated appraisal for the current value of Site 7, as well as, so the 2 APNs for Site 7, as well as the total of the 4 APNs, and continue assessing the legal requirements and SLA compliance review of this option. And that we anticipate that will go through May of this year. From about May to July, we will notify the required SLA entities, and that's under the HCD, and publicly list the land through a request for proposal process. From around July and August of this year, we anticipate to facilitate the bid process for the available land, making sure we're following all the requirements as laid out by the state and local jurisdiction. From August to November, we will review and tentatively anticipate to select one of the received bids. And from November to about Q3 2026, we anticipate to negotiate with the selected entity and hopefully dispose of the land. Option B, should option A not go according to plan, we will, if we do not receive any bids, or we choose to not move forward with any bids under the SLA requirements, the 60-day period, the 90-day good faith negotiation period, the city will extend the lease of the parking lot for its continued usage as city parking and consider purchasing the site. And that's the presentation for the update. I'm available for any questions.
Yeah, go ahead, Ken.
When you do your appraisal, what parameters, what are you going to appraise the property as? A parking lot, a development site? What guidelines are you going to use?
I believe the proposal that we were given from the appraiser was commercial mixed use. I believe so. I'd have to double check and come back.
Well, you may just want to consider 3 valuations: as a parking lot, as a multifamily development, because you have a housing requirement, as well as a commercial use, which is what it's zoned for.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? So just to summarize, basically by the end of this year, when we're meeting again, you should have a pretty good handle on which way the city's going.
Yes.
And it'd be nice, the reason I'm saying that, it'd be nice to kind of move forward and get off kind of square zero where we're not really doing much. But it'd be nice to know if the city's going to move forward then. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions on that? Okay. Are there any other questions about the documentation sent to us? No? Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to, do we want to do each, I guess we can do each one individually. Okay, so I'm looking for a motion to adopt the resolution. for the
I
payment.
move to adopt.
Ken,
Second.
second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. So the motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, we have item number 13, which is for the city of Moore Park. Is there someone here from Moore Park? Yeah, okay, thank you.
Good morning, Oversight Board members. Following the last meeting, city staff consulted with,
Can you get a little bit closer to the mic or something? Just to
Sure.
make sure I can hear you.
sounds better?
Thank you.
Okay. So following the last meeting, city staff consulted with the bond council regarding the potential transfer of the remaining property for governmental use. Based on the information received, there are no obstacles concerning the requirements outlined in the bond documents. We plan to conduct further research and analysis, including legal advice and opinion from the city attorney during this fiscal year 2025-26, with the goal to complete the property transfer. As a part of this process, the real estate agent cost of $20,000 has been removed from our budget and increased the legal cost by $5,000. In addition, staff time and administrative costs have also been reduced by a total of $10,000. The city is planning to return to Oversight Board meeting with updated information related to the transfer as it becomes available. Jessica Sandifer, she is leading this project, and I am available for any questions you may have. Otherwise, this concludes my report.
Do we have any questions from members at this time? Okay.
First of all, thank you for following up on our request and reducing the fees as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't here at the October meeting, but I was here at the September meeting when you originally brought, it was $110,000 for admin fees, and I asked you to reduce those, and you did so by like $35,000, so I'm appreciative of your reduction. Excuse me.
Okay. Thank you. No other questions at this time? Okay. I'm going to look for a motion to adopt.
I'll move to adopt.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None. Motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much for being here today. Next, we're going to move on to item 14, which is the City of Oxnard.
Morning, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the Oversight Board, Adam Smith, City of Oxnard, with Oxnard's 25-26 ROPS for your approval. Just a few things I just want to highlight. Number one on our ROPS is a bond that's actually coming off the books September 1st of 2026, so making progress on our bond debt service. Secondly, we had project management costs throughout our ROPS, which was used to finish up projects in the project areas, work on the disposition of real property. Those project management costs are now, we're retiring those lines because as the board is aware, the Oxnard Successor Agency no longer has any real estate property. And then finally, our administrative costs are down to $120,000 this year from $160,000 in the last ROP cycle. So that's kind of my update, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Do I have any questions from the members? So are you, I'll have one then. Are you expecting that those admin costs to keep continuing, to go down in the?
We think so. One of the costs, we have a consultant that helps train our finance staff on our prior period adjustments that we have to submit to the Department of Finance. And as staff becomes more comfortable with doing those prior period adjustments, we do expect that, that contract will come off the books. So yeah, we are still seeing a gradual decrease to our administrative costs.
And then, like we mentioned at the last meeting, we had this, I made a proposal, like is the City of Oxnard going to potentially look into one of the people, we talked about one of the issues that the City of Oxnard still has, the Successor Agency still has.
Right, so.
You're going to try to follow up on that later on?
Correct,
There's
yeah.
no time crush or anything, I'm just wondering.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's on the downtown theater obligation payment.
Yes.
Absolutely. We'll come back to the board with an update on that.
So you'll have an update maybe at the next meeting. You need time to follow through.
We
of course.
do, but if you agendize something or request something, I can work with Mr. Bravo on getting on the calendar, and then we'll come with a substantive update with some options.
Yeah. If you need us to meet again, to clear that up, I'd be more than happy to have a special meeting if we need to, if something does come up.
Well, there's no emergency here,
No,
so
no,
I mean,
no,
if
no, I
you-
understand.
But
I
it's
understand.
up to it's your prerogative. If you
Right.
do want to have a special meeting, we will be prepared at that time.
Okay, thank you very much. No other questions?
I just wanted to thank you once again for reviewing those admin costs, and each and every time you come to this board, this committee, you decrease it, and it's appreciative. Thank you.
Okay. Do I have a motion to adopt?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 Wait, aye.
Okay. None opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much. Okay, item 15 on our agenda, which is the City of Fillmore, or successor agency for the City of Fillmore.
Good morning, members of the board. My name is Amber Tibay, City of Fillmore. Today, I'm recommending the board to approve ROPS and administrative budget for the City of Fillmore successor agency for fiscal year 2025-26. There weren't any changes from the budget presented in October by our Finance Director, Deborah Cavallaro. I believe she addressed all your questions, but I'm here to answer any additional questions you may have. And I'm also here with our Planning and Community Services Director, Kevin McSweeney, to answer questions about the 2 properties we have remaining.
Do we have any questions from the board?
I only have a statement, is I wasn't at the October board meeting when this board conditionally approved the admin costs. And I know at the September meeting, I was disheartened by the amount that I saw there and asked for a reduction, and I think it was only about $5,000. And so I want to make sure that the City of Fillmore's on notice that we are looking for more significant reductions to the admin budgets and make sure that the amounts that are put there are for RDA uses and successor uses only. So I just want to make sure that giving them, you have a full year to be in this position next year. My expectation is not to see this dollar amount.
Okay, noted. And yeah, definitely, we'll look into it.
Have you got a new city manager?
We have an interim city manager. She was our assistant city manager, and now she's our interim city
Do
manager.
you know when the city will select a permanent city manager?
We are not sure. I think it's 6 months, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
sure.
that's one of the administrative issues they have there. Their city managers moved to Santa Barbara County, and they need someone in charge.
I think
How long
that's-
was the previous city manager there? You remember?
Oh, 7 years, 8 years?
Okay.
Really,
More-
really
I
good.
See
think
that
more than
across
that.
every organization, though, where
No,
we're
no, no,
having trouble.
I'm not disagreeing with the objective. I'm just saying that that might be one of the reasons why they haven't gotten to it this particular point in time. But I think your message is an excellent message, and we need to pursue. So just take that to the interim city manager and make sure the new city manager understands it.
I'm giving you, 6, 8 months notice ahead of time to plan accordingly.
Yes, yes.
Well, you
noted.
got, yeah, because obviously, but if you look at your detail that you propose, shown here to us, a lot of the stuff is you're prepping, gearing up to get, make headway on these properties. So obviously, following up on that, we like to see that progress actually take action, take hold, and result, of course, in lower admin fees. So, I mean, that's what I'm expecting to see, again, this reinforcing that. I'd like to see some progress being made, and, Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions? None? Okay, do I have a motion to adopt?
I'll move to adopt.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, okay, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, any opposed, say no? No? Okay.
No.
So we have, motion passes 5-0, right?
No.
No, 4 to 1.
4-1.
4 to 1, we have,
No.
yeah, we have 1 no. Okay, thank you very much for that. And then, as we're closing today, Ken, do you want to make the announcement about the? Yeah, go ahead.
For those of you who may not know, the city of Simi Valley, who has finished up the redevelopment agency, by the way, the mayor passed away yesterday morning, Fred Thomas. just, gave us a moment aside. He's a great community person, did a great job in leadership, supported the local Boys and Girls Club, supported the local police, and many things that assisted, including helping the city of Simi Valley wind up their the redevelopment agency. Just wanted to give it a moment of silence, just for
Yeah, a quick moment.
just a 30-second moment of silence in respect to Mayor Thomas.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Any other comments from the board members? No? Okay, thank you. Then I'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Thank you very much.